Welcome to the whole bitches. I am Rob Sprance.
I'm Lori Levine.
We got the Bay Ridge boys.
Yes.
Yannis Pappas, Chris Distefano.
Yes.
What's up, guys? Chris, you've been on the show once before.
I have.
Sure.
I have that sweater that you're wearing.
Do you really?
I swear to God.
I think I've seen you in
I have that sweater.
Does it get? Where'd you get it?
H&M.
This is the same
It's an
exact
H&M
one.
sweater. I have that sweater. And
You could have said Burberry's and made us look a lot cooler. You know that, right?
I know. Well, you know, Bay Ridge Boys isn't on TV yet, so I'm still shopping at H&M.
Hey, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Well,
I was wondering about it. I was like, did these guys sleep together and he has his sweater?
What is that, a medium, though? You're a medium?
This is a medium.
Yeah, I'm an XL.
I used to be a large, but then I lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, you did?
He
did.
lost his colon.
I did. I also had my colon reconstructed about a month ago.
Cancer?
No, thank
Oh.
God, but possibly. When they looked, the guy's like, well, we'll see what it is. I'm like, well, can you...
Were you shitting blood?
No, I wasn't shitting blood. I passed out in my own house.
Really?
Yeah, so I had...
From pain?
So, yeah, it was diverticulitis also,
Sure.
right? So I had a horrible pain. And I had a shit so fucking bad, and nothing was happening. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go fucking lay down. And I didn't. I passed out instead in the hallway. I collapsed, and then I went to a doctor. And
You didn't go to the hospital right away?
The hospital.
Okay.
Well, the hospital, they look at you and they go, oh, you know what? We're gonna monitor it. They did a CAT scan. We're gonna keep an eye on it, but go home and take antibiotics, whatever. Nothing took. I kept going back. They sent me to a surgeon, and he's like, we gotta do it. So they put me out, cut it. Took about 7 inches off the colon, reattached it, and I have a colon of like a fucking 20-year-old college kid.
Nice.
Ready to go.
But no cancer.
No cancer.
Thank
no,
God.
That's good. You're probably like, I just signed on to a network and this guy's got fucking cancer now.
No, I mean,
Was it the first symptom or was it happening a lot?
No, the pain and the pass out was the first symptom. It happened fast. And they took my appendix out at the same time because that was all fucked up.
Wow.
Yeah.
How bad was the pain? Brutal.
You want to know something? The most pain I ever felt was that moment where I had to shit and couldn't, because it was, I can't even explain it. It was so weird. There's like this, I say this all the time. There's two kinds of I got to shit. It's like, man, I think I got to shit. And there's one like, I got to shit like now. And it was that, but it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I'm sitting on a bowl. Nothing's going on. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, this is not going to work. I'm just going to go lay down. I passed out instead.
Wow.
were you home alone?
No, my wife was there. So she's the one that woke me up, and she's like, I'm calling 911. I'm like, why? I was sleeping. I felt like I had the best fucking sleep of my life.
Really?
I'm like, I was sleeping, and she's like, no, you're.
Did you shit your pants that day?
No, I never. There was no shitting on my pants the entire
When did you
time.
finally shit after you
blood
passed
in my
out?
ass. And, the guy gave me a laxative.
How did that feel?
It felt beautiful. But you know what's weird though? After I passed out, the feeling went away. So it wasn't really that I had to shit. It was that same pain, like in the whole fucking area. And it's funny. I noticed that when I tell people about it, depending on how old they are, they want to know more. Like Yannis right away wanted to know all the details of it, because now you get old. You ever, like, when you find out somebody's dying?
Yeah.
You're like, what did he die of? So
Yeah.
how old is he? You want to know right away once you get old.
You want to know just like what symptoms to look out for yourself. You're like, all right, if I ever get a pain and pass out, I'm going straight to the hospital because I need a new colon.
Right, exactly. Well, that's a good way to get it. I don't recommend that. There's a lot of other ways. You go to the Village right here, they can rip your colon. All right? Much fucking cheaper than that. But we got History Hyenas.
Yes.
The Bay Ridge Boys.
Yes.
There's a lot of Guido in this.
Yeah.
And as somebody who I didn't grow up Guido, I grew up metalhead.
Okay.
So we made fun of the Guidos a lot, and vice versa, as I'm sure. So Chris, I think it's pretty much a given that you lived that Guido life a little bit. Yannis, you?
Not so much. I think it's more Chris. Yeah. I think it's more Chris. Yeah. I was just looking at Chris when you said that. I was like, it would be weird if he was anything else.
Right. I know.
Like
If you had like long hair, that would be fucking wild.
Yeah.
If you were a metalhead, you would be a weird looking metalhead.
I wouldn't. It doesn't fit.
You would be.
I know. Well, I think with our show, I think how it's, because Yannis and I, we both live in Bay Ridge, and Yannis is more eloquent, speaks a little bit more articulate than me, but we both sound like fucking talking sewer caps compared to the country.
By the way, and I wanted to say this, but I wanted to save it for when I had you guys on. You realize, like, you don't pronounce hyenas right?
How do you pronounce it?
It's hyena. You say hyena.
Hyena, yeah.
You say-
Hyena.
Hyenas.
Yo, hyenas.
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 We
Don't ever change. And I'm kind of pissed. I probably shouldn't have told you.
No.
Nah.
But when I heard it, I'm like, there's no way.
I don't think we can
Don't
change
tell-
it. Yeah,
we can't change it
I don't
now.
know how to say hyena.
Hyena. He's like,
Yeah.
you listen to, and he did these IDs. You guys did them in the first one, and they're great. And like, you're all amped up. And you go, you listen to history hyenas. And you're like barking it out.
That's in New York. New York, you certain things we can't pronounce. Like I remember the first time I found out that draw is drawer. Like open the drawer. I'm like, I'll never be able to. It's just draw. It's
Or
a
like,
draw.
yeah,
When
draw.
people say room,
Yeah.
what room? I'm like, do you mean the room? Like what room? Rum.
Yeah, you want a rum? You
I'm
drinking?
like, no, do you mean the room?
It's a room. Yeah.
It's room, cause
But you grew up in Brooklyn too,
I grew up in
Yannis?
Brooklyn, yeah.
Yeah, so you know.
we grew up in Articulate Park Slope.
I grew up in Park Slope.
Very, it's very like Prospect Park. I actually grew up in Queens, like very close to the Brooklyn borderline. But I'm a fucking garbage man.
So, so then you're probably more familiar with like the Francis Lewis Boulevard
Sure.
Guido thing.
Yeah.
That was a big thing. They would cruise up and down Francis Lewis Boulevard.
When I was a
remember
kid,
all
we
that.
used to go, like a teenager, we used to go up and down Francis Lewis Boulevard, and one of my friends, Sean, had a slingshot, and he would buy these little like metal balls from a 99-cent store, and we would break bus terminal windows with the slingshot up and down Francis Lewis Boulevard. And then one time, LL Cool J used to work out in the Power Factory gym right on Francis Lewis Boulevard, and we saw him getting into like it was like a Hummer, him and his entourage, and my friend lit the back window up with a fucking slingshot.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
LL
and
Cool?
they thought they were getting shot, but it was just two white kids with slingshots.
You're fucking with LL, man. That's,
Nah, I know, we're
you're looking
dumbasses.
for trouble. Yeah?
I know if he hears this, he's probably going to kill me.
I know, but I'm not editing it out.
All right, good. Good. Don't edit it out.
As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put your home address in the actual description of the episode.
Fucking do it,
So he
dude. I'll
finds
rip
it.
his colon out.
I feel like he's more of a confident, happy guy now. Now that he's finally showed the world his bald head.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
hiding it for a while.
Yeah.
In the hat, and then he came out. Like I think probably on SVU or one of these. Finally, we saw his
he
LL's
was.
head. That
Yeah,
was a
but
big
now
moment.
he's gone. Now he took off.
Yeah, where's he?
Where'd he
been?
go?
Did he go to Africa too? Did he do with Chappelle? What happened?
Doesn't he host that show on Spike
Oh, you're right. He
where
is
they
there.
like reenact?
Yeah.
They do
Lip
like
sync.
music lip sync battle.
Yeah.
But
That's
he could
it.
do that from anywhere. He could do that from a fucking cave in Afghanistan. If he
That's
really
true.
had to.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's hard to get a guest over there, but
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
the same.
LL Cool J.
But there was all those years where it was like everyone was just wondering, what does his head look like? What's he hiding?
Yeah.
He would never. And he's like, oh, the dude's just bald. He doesn't have
Yeah.
like a deformed.
Fucking
Everyone thought
jacked.
there was like rumors he was deformed up there, but he's just a bald dude.
But you know, like of all people, like black dudes could shave their head and it's not a problem. Why?
He looks good bald.
He looks fine bald. I think he was just insecure about it.
Yeah, that's probably why you went straight to Guido, because you're a good looking dude and you got a full head of hair.
He's a
Think
cute
I'm
kid.
cute?
Right,
Yeah, he's a
so-
cute kid.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
cute
yeah.
kid.
No.
You're cute. You're a good looking
So
kid.
yeah, like I went metalhead because I don't look like you. So I
But we
had-
got the
I had-
same sweater.
I have a plan B. It's true. The sweater's only gonna get me so far though.
I know. Well,
You don't look like a metalhead either, though.
Chris,
You-
yours is
No.
blue too.
I have literally that sweater. I have that exact sweater.
I'm gonna go another level and make it even worse. Is that I bought the same one in brown,
You did?
but I don't wear them back to back
Okay.
because that'll fuck it up.
Yeah.
You know, because you don't want somebody to go, he's got the same thing. It's in brown. I've noticed it before.
H&M has good deals on
They
shit.
do.
Yeah.
It disintegrates after half a year.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up a picture of Metalhead Me to show you guys. So it's
gonna be wild.
Metalhead
This
Rob.
is gonna be fucking
Yeah.
wild.
Oh, I know this picture.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's more people know it than
There's kind of a up to this picture in life, and then after you see it in life.
Yeah, it's
like you
gonna-
have two sections of your life.
it's gonna
when you
change your
see
opinion of me. So
Teenage Rob.
So you'll see, and I'll throw this up on the video too, but you're going to see that the attempt I made with the hair, but it didn't really take.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I think it looks good. I
you think that looks
I think
good?
you look like my Aunt Eileen.
That's the look I was going for.
Yeah.
Look at the self-confidence.
It's how old were you there, Rom?
I was about 17, 16.
Okay.
Yeah, I was high out of my mind in that picture
sure,
as
that-
as
yeah.
well, for sure.
Look at that.
It looks good.
I was going to say Charles Manson cult member.
Yeah, see, but
Yeah.
this is exactly why I was what I look like. So you're gonna go metalhead on that, for
Right,
sure.
right. And also growing up in you grew up in Queens, but like towards Long Island, Queens. What neighborhood in Queens?
No, I was in Glendale.
Oh, you
And
grew up
then-
in Glendale? I grew up in Ridgewood.
See,
See,
there you
right
go.
next door to each other.
So you know the exact
Myrtle
Guido
Avenue.
shit. You're definitely. So did you go to like fucking Palad's and what was the clubs?
Well,
you're younger than me too, so maybe.
We would go. Yeah, no bar. There were no clubs in Ridgewood or Glendale. Now there are. Now Ridgewood has like changed a lot.
Yeah, but it's all like
it's all hipster shit.
It's all hipster, yeah.
But no, we would go out. When we would go out, we would go to like the Lower East Side. That's where we would go. We'd just go over the Williamsburg Bridge and just hang out there. There was nothing to do in Ridgewood when I was growing up.
No.
Now it's my mother's house is like tripled in value. It's like a shit house I grew up in, and she's like, it's like over $1 million.
I know,
her house.
it's crazy what happened.
Yeah, she like won't sell it. She's like, I'm not going to sell it. It's for you and your daughter. She says, which is great. I mean, it's great that she won't. Hasidic Jews come to my mother's house like once a week and offer $1 million in cash. They're like, lady, we'll give you a sack of cash right now. And she's like, nope. Well, she won't sell. I mean, she's Catholic. She won't sell it to the Jews.
No, she wouldn't do that. Anyway,
no, she won't do it.
You got to keep it in the same religion.
Yeah, she would. Yeah, as soon as she sees that.
That's old school. Like, you could probably become like a multi-millionaire. She'd be like, no, I'm keeping this house just in case you and your daughter need a place.
Yeah, my mother used to, I swear to God, my mother used to say, like, if Jehovah's Witnesses would ring the bell, she would be like, answer the door politely, but do not look them in the eyes. That's what she would tell me to do.
What, are they going to steal your soul?
That's what I don't know. She'd be like, don't look at them, but you should answer the door and just say, we're not interested. Because guess what? We're not interested.
Very Catholic, like upgrade.
Extremely Catholic.
Catholic school.
Yeah, Catholic school. My whole St. Matthias.
If you saw him without his shirt on, you would know how Catholic he is.
I fucking crosses tattooed all over me.
Yeah. In the true spirit of Jesus. Yeah, to
back.
deform your body with ink.
Yeah.
Where Catholicism meets the streets of Queens.
Oh God.
On his back.
Yo, you down with Jesus, bro? You take your shirt off. Like, what's up now?
Yo, I'll fucking punch you in the face, bro, because I love fucking Jesus.
A Catholic warrior. Yeah, Catholic school my whole life.
St. Matthias, you say, right?
St. Matthias, and then Archbishop Malloy.
Oh, look at that.
St. Joseph's College.
Pancras and King.
There you go.
You Catholic school?
No.
Oh, King, you were fucking.
I'm Greek.
That was the girl, all co-ed.
No. Oh, yeah. It was co-ed.
All boys,
it was
boys
co-ed.
and girls.
It was co-ed when I went. I went to school with Jason Williams.
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah, just before he shot people. It was.
You know
it was
what's
cooler before
That
he shot
congressman who.
Oh yeah, no, that was grammar school. Michael Grimm, the guy who said he was going to throw a guy off a fucking balcony.
No.
The reporter.
Oh, yeah, recently. Yeah.
Staten Island dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to grammar school.
That was hilarious, by the way. That clip, you got to look that up.
Yeah, he's like-
It's almost as funny as Ernie Anastas fucking that chick.
Fucking that chicken.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
this.
and then you just met Ernie Anastas.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we saw him at a Knicks game.
Was he fucking a chicken?
I love that guy, but he literally looks plastic.
He does. In the picture,
I've
it
never
does, too.
seen anything like that. Where I'm like, are you a real person or are you a robot?
In that picture, he looks like
He's
that,
great
too.
though, Ernie Anastas.
He's a legend, yeah.
Is he still doing news in the area?
I think so.
I think so, yeah. I think
He's a Greek, right?
He's a king Greek. I mean, the Greeks love him. Before
He's
the
a
internet,
king Greek.
before the internet, it was like Bob Costas and Ernie Anastas were like the two most famous Greeks. Yeah.
Now who?
Now we got a lot. Jennifer
Yannis
Aniston's a big
Pappas.
one.
Yannis Pappas.
Jennifer Aniston's huge.
Jennifer Aniston's Greek.
I didn't
Only
know
her
that.
So her
dad,
last
though.
name not Aniston?
Yeah, but they claim you. It's Anistanakos, I think. She cut it in half.
What a bit. Do you don't mind that as a Greek person? I would.
Are you pissed off?
Greeks get it. Yeah. I mean, some of those names need to be cut. Be honest with you.
Didn't you say
They're
that?
like his old haircut? Like you need it. You need to cut it. Yeah.
Is it true that Greek names are hard because they didn't want to be? What did you tell me about Greek last names?
I didn't say that.
Didn't you tell me something like why their names are so because they can't be duplicated or something like that?
No.
They wanted to make them crazy so the people who would invade them couldn't say them.
No,
and
but
would get mad.
But if that's true, that's something we're going to cover on our history. Hyena.
you gotta look into it.
Hyena. Hyena.
History hyena.
Yeah,
Hyena.
so in History of Hyenas, the Bay Ridge Boys tackle different topics of history and educate us and the listener.
Yeah.
Which I need to ask a couple questions about this.
Yes.
Is either one of you good remotely at history in school or no? I'm not saying it has anything to do with what you bring up on the show.
Well-
but beforehand, did one of you say, I really know my history, we should do this? Or it was like, let's just tackle history?
Well, I think we both come from neighborhoods he's Park Slope, I'm, Ridgewood, Queens. Your friends are a little bit more well-to-do than mine. You have like friends who are extremely successful in things other than being a garbage man or cop or a criminal. Like my friends are all like just Queens trash. But
do you have any garbage men that were criminals eventually?
Oh my God, that's all my friends are, because I've first of all, they think the fact that I even want to get excited about history, they just think it's gay. They're like, why don't you suck a dick?
What do you want to be smart for?
Why don't you suck a dick instead? Save yourself the time.
But we're both like, I didn't even realize like until I started doing comedy, like, because my dad was like, criminal and like knock around guy. My mom was like very smart, very, she was like, you need to push yourself in academics. And before I knew it, I had went all the way through graduate school, and Yannis went to like elite schools and comes from like his family, his look
at the modesty in his
big
eyes.
time lawyers. His parents are big time lawyers, and it's
I
like
would say big time. They were
but I mean, they're
lawyers,
successful, extremely successful lawyers. So it's like we both excelled at academics way more than our peers, and we're like, we should just fucking talk about that, but not change who we are.
Right.
Because for me, it's like, when people are, when I don't tell people that, but like if I have a doctorate degree, and it's like people are like, no, you don't. They always think I'm lying. It's like my mother has to like break out a fucking diploma and be like, look at my son, he got his doctorate. He's a hyena. And I didn't even realize. No, I knew I did that, but I didn't even like before I could, be influenced by my peers. My mother had already pushed me all the way through graduate school, and she was already like, it's done. 25 years old, left, had the doctorate, and she was like, now go do whatever you want. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to give it all up and do comedy and talk about fucking history and Hyenas. So for us, do we have like the kind of I don't think we have like the credentials of, we're not historians.
I'm glad you
but
don't
I
have
feel
the
like
credentials.
but I feel like
But we are history hyenas.
but I feel like we went to school long enough to be like, well, we do our research. I know how to research that. I know how to do that because I
called Google.
Years of that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I majored in history. I went to the American
so you
University,
got-
but that was a long time. I mean, I'm 86 years old.
Yeah, you're an old Greek.
I'm an old dude, so
you don't
I don't
remember
remember
anything.
anything. But it was I double majored in history and American studies.
Well, I think now for us it's really fun because we're like relearning what we forgot, about
That's
about
a good point.
stuff.
Yeah. And it's true. And you know what? It's funny how like you don't give a fuck when you're a kid.
No.
But now you're like, oh, wow, it really happened. That's
Well,
kinda-
now we'll go on these like walking history tours, Yannis and I, and like things that will blow our minds, like where crazy shit happened in our history, like British like executed American patriots. There's just a fucking T-Mobile store there now, and you're like, what? Like it's that shit is fascinating to me. Where I'm like, how we just build over our history, and it kind of makes at times me feel like this is all meaningless because it's just gonna get built over. I know you love this studio. 200 years, nobody's gonna fucking care.
It's gonna be a
It's
yogurt
just gonna
shop
be a Modell's
for robots. It's gonna be a yogurt shop for robots.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
probably right. But maybe we'll have a little plaque in the back, like the
True.
history on you.
Trump.
But it's I'm thinking of the kids out there that are learning from the Hyenas.
Yeah.
But just to give you an idea of how it usually works with Riotcast is, people come to us with ideas, and Bobby and I will talk about it, and then we'll say we probably want to hear one. Let's hear what it's going to be. This is how the phone call went. Yo, you got a second? Yes, I do. Bobby's like, what do you think of this? Ready? Okay. Chris Distefano, Yannis Pappas, Bay Ridge Boys talking about history. And I said, do it. It was done.
You finally shit.
It was just done. I was like,
That's what it was.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe it was the drugs I was on, but I was like, just fucking do it. It's done. Just do it. Let's get it rolling.
Yeah.
Because I've seen the Bay Ridge Boys shorts, which now they're on Patreon, so you can go to patreon.com. What is it?
/ Bay Ridge Boys.
/ Bay Ridge Boys. And in addition to this, you guys do these shorts as the Bay Ridge Boys, which they're fucking hysterical.
Thank you.
They really are. You did, and I don't want to give anything away, but you did one about Chris Mullen just recently, and I noticed like Chris, was it his daughter or his
wife?
His wife, like
his wife started following Yannis on Twitter, tweeted at Yannis. And then we found out from Mitch Richmond, another NBA basketball player, that Chris Mullen saw it and liked it, and he watched it with his family.
Yeah.
he's got to be on the show.
Yeah.
We
Is he
would
still
love to
from
get
New
him.
York, you think?
Mullen, he coaches St. John's.
Yeah, he's back here.
Queens.
I think he should do it.
Well, I don't know, but see, the thing is though, because he's real Catholic, I don't know.
Dude, show him the tats, bro. Just be like,
That's true.
Yeah.
Send him a picture of you.
Me
shirt.
too, bro.
I'm one of your brothers.
Yeah.
Just send him a picture of you with no shirt on, all fucking Cape Fear with those tattoos. Just be
How
like,
funny would that be if Mullen had the same tattoo as me.
That would be funny.
Do you don't have tattoos?
I have none.
Wow.
I have none.
Are you gay?
I'm not gay. I'm not gay.
That's what my boys would say. We must be gay then. It's like, oh yeah.
I don't. I don't have it, and there's no real particular reason for it. I just it was. I could never figure out exactly what I wanted.
He's gonna get the Riot Cast logo.
Yeah,
You're better off. Just get Bobby's face open with the microphone.
That's right. I've seen it enough.
It won't be able to fit on you.
I don't need it.
I can't stop with the fat jokes with Bobby.
Comes with the territory,
dude. Yeah.
You get a map in New York.
Yeah.
Dude, I saw him like a month ago down at the Comedy Cellar just sitting by himself, and he ordered a glass of milk, and just to watch the waitress's face be like, excuse me, did you say milk? He's like, yeah, milk, dude.
Did that really happen?
I swear to God, I posted a video of it, and I didn't even tag him in it. I just put, I'm currently watching a grown man drinking milk in public
in a restaurant.
At a bar restaurant.
And I didn't even at him because I was like, it's not about you, Bobby. It's about what you're fucking doing. But
It's so fucking weird.
yeah, Bobby's a weirdo.
But
But thank you for giving us a podcast.
But there's two different Bobbies too. Like you go to, I've had dinner with Bobby, and some when it's dieting Bobby,
Oh, yeah.
like he's like, I want a Caesar salad, put it on the side, does all of this stuff, and then he won't say that he's not dieting, and then the next time he'll be like, you got those chicken fingers, you get that, like
Yeah.
it totally changes,
Just
like
changes up.
what he's gonna have. But I think he's working out again because he's posted a lot of videos of him
Good for
sweating.
him.
Yeah.
He's sweating unless he's just sweating in general.
Well, I
But,
think Colin Quinn woke everybody up when he had his heart attack. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I think that might have scared everybody.
Yeah, comedians live horribly.
Yeah, I mean,
we
when we
gotta
go
get
on the
healthier.
road, it's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Well, that's the thing. Like, what the fuck do you eat? Like, it's just crap everywhere you go. Like, you can't. It's either you spend a lot of money on eating something good when you're on the road, or you just eat McDonald's and Carl's Jr. shit. And,
Yeah.
Unless you're in a big city, though, like unless you're doing like Chicago or Boston, like when we just did shows, we had shows in Winchester, Virginia. Like there was good, like little small town spots, but they're not. They don't care about health. They're like, we just make good food. Like it's a little village in the middle of Virginia, so you have no choice but to eat the shit. You just can't. I mean, you could get a salad, but you can't live off that.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I guess you can, but
I did for a while. Like, I was like 190 pounds and I wanted to lose weight, and I gave up sugar.
okay.
And I was just eating fucking salads all the time, and it sucks, man.
But you lost the weight.
I did, but I fucking love food. That's the problem,
Yeah.
So it's just it was always hard to find something good, and it was like just McDonald's is like right there, and it was always just easy to grab.
Easy to do it. Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
it is? It's especially on the road. You don't know these little. We tried to go to that diner. Remember on the road we were coming back from Winchester,
yeah.
Virginia, and we were like, let's go to this local spot, and the food was terrible. So it's like at least the food at McDonald's is terrible, but you know what you're gonna get.
You know it's shit
what it
before you
is.
eat it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's no mystery.
But so when you guys go together though, because look, there's two things that plague comedians a lot. Is number one is the health, and number two is the depression.
Yeah.
Some start out that way, but I gotta think that being on the road and even when I talk to Bobby, like if he's in a city and doesn't have his family with him, he's just in the room, like that's gotta suck, especially because most of these places you're not in the greatest places to have a good time, man.
Yeah, for me now, I've made like a choice because I have a 2-year-old daughter. So like, I don't want to spend time away from her if it's not worth it. Like, there's so much opportunity in New York to do stand up that like sometimes my agents will be like, oh no, come on, you have to go to fucking Baltimore for $1,000. You have to. It's just what you do. It's like, well, maybe for my peers who don't have kids and want to go to Baltimore and
And risk being robbed of your $1,000 before you get out of it.
like whatever they want to do, it's fine. But like, I'm not going to do that. Like, I'll make the money here, or I just won't do stand up for a couple of days. Like, that's fine. I want to be with my kids. So the depression hasn't been as bad. I was more depressed before on the road before I had my kid because I would just take anything. And now a lot of times when I go on the road, I either go with Yannis, or if I can drive, I bring my kid. And if I can't, then usually if I'm going to go, it's because it's either worth it financially or it's just like a fun city to go to. Like I said, Chicago, Boston, Phoenix. Like, I'm just not going to go to the middle of the country by myself anymore. For that, I'd rather just go back to being a physical therapist then. I don't care.
Yeah, I didn't know you were a physical therapist. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I guess I still am technically. I just haven't practiced in 6 years now. I've been doing 2013, 5 years.
So you must have got some some tough cases. They're like, do you do it at the hospital, like people who just got out of injuries, or is there older people? What did you work with?
I did that, and then I was a pediatric physical therapist with like mentally and physically handicapped kids. But then when I started doing comedy in the beginning, like, you know, my friends would just hear physical therapist, my comedy friends, and nobody has health insurance, so would always be like, can you look at my dick? That's always what it was. I can't tell you how many comedians that now are like legit famous, I've looked down their dick holes, and I've told them like, look, I'm a physical therapist, I work with children, I don't know really what I'm looking for. And they're like, what if you just looked at it, it would help, it would calm me down. I'm like, all right, I'll look down your dick hole. But again, you could have something I don't know. There was only one comic where I was like, that is herpes, or that looks like it hurts.
Genuine.
Yeah.
But wait, so but you looked at their dick anyway.
I mean, what am I going to do? These people.
How about just no?
In the very beginning of comedy, I used to, some like club or like people who would like run a show at a bar. I would just to get on stage, because in the beginning to get on stage is hard. You got to like either hand out flyers or bring 5 people or like like wait till 2 o'clock in the morning.
I was in a band. It's the same shit. It's like
sucks.
You get there. How many people you bring in? Like you don't want to worry about that. You don't want to worry about what you're supposed to be doing.
So like I did all that shit, but then I started to just kind of barter my physical therapy services with that. I'd be like, look, if I'll come to your show tonight, you know, I noticed you have a limp or like your shoulder hurts. I could see like, what if I take a look at that and hook you up with some exercises? Can I get on your show? And
He
like,
brings the whole table.
Yeah. Bring the whole table off. Like, let me see your dick.
Hey, whatever it takes, man. You have to look at comedy club owners' dicks for a little while.
I mean, what are you going to do? So you got to look down a dick
Many
hole.
people do. You're just doing it for different reasons.
Fucking hashtag me too.
Yeah.
What about you, Yannis? Before comedy, what were you doing?
I did social work actually for 5.5 years. I was a social worker.
Social worker, like checking on families, or
for 2.5
you bring that mic in?
2.5 years, I did 9/11 disaster relief.
Oh wow!
So it was like an ad hoc agency for 9/11 victims, and then for 2.5 years, I did. I worked at an SRO, 2 SROs, single room occupancy buildings, and I did casework with formerly homeless, mentally ill people. So it was wild.
Shit.
Yeah.
So you guys definitely helped a lot of people.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
What are you gonna do?
Good
you know?
souls. You got some good souls.
We're true blue gays.
We're true blue gays, and now we're gonna now we're trying to. I mean, right now, you know, because the podcast is focusing a lot about history, but Yannis loves nature, so he's going to get me more into nature too. It's a history and nature podcast.
Get you into nature, like what aspect of nature are you going to get him into?
Well, I mean, watching Planet Earth, he's put me onto the show.
Planet Earth is fucking great.
Is there anything better than nature documentaries?
No, the new. Did you see the Planet Earth 2?
Yes.
One of the earliest ones is a scene where a lizard,
the best.
Lizard's
I know
getting
that
chased
scene.
by snake. It's like more exciting than any. I'm like at the edge of my seat watching this fucking lizard run away.
But watching, for me, when he showed me, you know, watching it, I was like blown away, because it was like, this life is like a game. Like at every level, it's just the game. So it's like, for me, it just cements. And if my mother heard this, she'd be like, oh my God, because, you know, she thinks God created the world in 7 days and Jesus and all that shit.
The logic kicks in eventually.
But it's like, if you don't, like, was created by. This is either a simulation or this was created by some type of advanced race, because there's no way that you could fucking have animals have this much more of an advantage than another one, and that chooses like life or death and for how long. It's the same thing like teams now. It's like one team has an edge in this, the other team has an edge in that. They play, who's going to win? You don't know. And it's like that scene with the lizards running past the snakes encompass all that for me, because it's like the lizard has just one more of an angle and the snake has one more of this angle, and when they fight, sometimes the lizards win, sometimes the snakes win. But if the lizard's going to survive in life, it has to get past those snakes.
Right.
And it was like, to me, it's like, yeah, this is fucking. I was watching that shit with a gun in my mouth. I was like, I was created by a computer. I was created by a computer.
It's no different. Like, you know, I was trying to survive the Guidos as a metalhead. You know, get around these guys.
Yeah, you got to figure out a way to survive. That's why I love nature. It's just the raw truth of it. You know, there's no dogma in it. There's no beliefs. It's like you watch nature at play. It's just raw reality.
Yeah,
it's truth.
They eat babies. It doesn't matter. It's like we look at it like, oh my God, but to a lion, it's like, I'm just going to eat this hyena cub because it's food.
And everything struggles to survive, has to fight to survive.
Everything.
Well, you guys are going to be interested in this. So, Lori.
I worked with hyenas.
Has it been? You work with hyenas too?
What?
Get out of here!
When?
It's like meeting a celebrity. What?
Do you know about the matriarch pseudo penis?
Yes.
Holy shit!
Well, and I'll tell you that there's 4 different types, but there's 2 types I work with: spotted, which are the traditional ones that you know.
Yeah, dirtbags.
Yeah, and then there's striped, which are really sweet. They're like German shepherds, but it's the females run everything
Yes.
with hyenas, and
And the world.
the weakest female is still higher in the chain than the highest male.
How fucking
Wow.
wild is that?
Yeah.
And they give birth through pseudo penises.
Yeah.
Well, they have it's a fake thing. It's just a fake phallus on the females. People thought they were hermaphrodites, but I think in like the 80s they discovered they're females. It doesn't do anything. It's just there.
Yeah.
But isn't that where the baby comes out of?
That I'm not sure.
yeah, it comes out
I think
of
it
that
does.
little
'Cause
hole. Yeah.
And then, do you know, or can you tell us? We learned that hyenas.
Can you tell us?
Can you
Hold
tell
on.
us that we know how powerful their jaws are, but when they eat their food, they throw it back up and then eat their own puke.
Yeah, and we fed them.
Do they
And you
stink?
They stink because they sit in water that has food decomposing in it.
Okay.
So they don't care about that. It doesn't bother them at all.
Okay.
And they have a different skin and a different fur, so they don't stink because they're constantly cleaning themselves. But when they're in their water, they stink really bad, and they shit in that water and they still drink it.
They're fucking
And
wild.
when
fucking nuts.
we would like take
That's fucking gangster, man.
we would
That's shit
butcher
the
a
same water you're
cow
drinking.
or a horse, and the lions need to get fed within hours. But the hyenas you could feed like 4 days later. They don't care at all.
They don't
So
care
Where
it's
did you
about
work with
nothing.
them?
Yeah.
In this was in South Africa.
Wow. And are they big, the hyenas?
Yeah, I mean,
Like-
I probably have pictures of them.
Like bigger
they're
than a dog?
Yeah, they're like this big,
Wow. And they just look like when they
and the neck is the same size as the head. Like it's like a cankle.
right, and their jaws are so powerful, like
Yeah.
the most powerful jaw, right?
Yeah, it could
one of
just
the most
snap.
powerful
But
jaws.
like we watched it take a horse's skull, and it just gone.
They when they run to a kill, like when we watch on videos, when like a beautiful like cheetah or a lion, that video that we saw, like it just like killed a beautiful gazelle and it's eating it, they look like they have broken legs, the hyenas.
When they
come
run.
It's a
running
weird
in, they look
joint,
like
yeah.
dirt bag, like just dirty
And they get
fucks.
low. They get real low.
Yeah, like pieces of shit. Don't lions? I think you told me this, Yannis. Lions kill hyenas and don't eat them sometimes. They just murder them.
They never eat them. They kill them as rivals. They just fucking kill them.
But also, like, if a lion were to kill something, it would always go at the neck and, like, break the neck. Whereas a hyena
Yes.
will, like, go at, like, its leg, and they let it live, and they
Yes.
start eating it.
Yes.
While it's alive. Why
Yeah.
do they do that?
Because
Just-
they're fucking
They just-
wild. They don't give a fuck. They are
Wow.
amoral. They are the most. They thrive in chaos. They
That's
steal
their
kill.
weapon.
They steal kills. They're by any means necessary. When they hunt, they use chicanery. They'll trick you. They'll walk into a pasture with a bunch of animals, and then one hyena will just act like he's just walking, and he'll just attack. They'll bite you by balls. You remember that
They rip their
meme?
balls off?
There's one meme of like this big bull, and these two hyenas are trying to figure out how to kill it. And I guess the hyena is smart, but equally as brutal. The bull's much bigger, whatever. The hyena just grabs him, like bites his balls, and the
yeah.
fucking animal goes right down. I mean,
Smart.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Ripped his balls.
Smart.
Or what about the picture with the hyena with the elephant foot in his mouth? It's like you're eating a fucking elephant, you dirtbag.
The thing they love to do is steal kills. So it's like
Yeah.
you'll see 3 cheetahs like work so hard to take down. You know, most of the time the animals fail. They fail in their hunting. You know,
And when they do, it's a day process.
it's a
'cause they-
fucking
yeah.
whole process. These cheetahs had to chase this thing down. They finally get it. They're trying to sit down and enjoy a meal, and then you see these dirtbags just roll up and they
broken
start
legs.
cackling. There's dust flying everywhere, and they just chase them off to kill, and they enjoy all their hard work. They're fucking wild, and that's why we're history wild.
Wait, why? So in South Africa, you worked with those wild animals like that?
Yeah.
What were you doing?
Great.
Volunteering.
Wow.
We
Yeah.
got to come on the podcast when we
I
talk
know.
about nature.
I feel like I
Yeah.
could be an expert.
You should.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
you're called an expert.
Yeah.
How long did you do that for?
I like 3.5 weeks.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
once you went for lions, right? Once you went for
The lions and the
elephants,
hyenas were there with the lions.
Right, so that was one. Then
Then the
one-
next year I did rhinos,
rhinos. Did you do elephants?
and then eastern elephants.
yeah, so it's like it's not just one time. Like this is something that she
Yeah,
does.
I'm
that
like a
it's
saint.
Impressive.
I'm like a saint.
And so I didn't know that lions and hyenas can coexist without wanting to kill each other.
No, they don't.
Well,
coexist.
yeah, this isn't natural. These
Oh,
are
okay.
all
It's a
saved.
Yeah, it's a reserve.
It's like a sanctuary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they save the hyenas too,
Yeah,
Even-
because farmers kill them.
Yeah.
because
Farmers kill the hyenas?
Yeah.
Why?
because they'll eat all the
Because
shit.
they'll eat their cows and livestock.
That'll do it, and they'll eat them foot first. You don't fucking
Yeah.
want.
Motherfucker. I know there's
But they serve such a purpose, and they're one of the most intelligent animals.
hyenas are?
Yeah.
I know there's a village in Africa. I forgot the village. I saw it on Planet Earth where they know when they come. They're wild hyenas, and they come into the town, and the people feed them meat, like the meat that they didn't use that day. So when they come into that town, they'll walk past kids and humans, and they won't attack them because they know which houses have the meat because they constantly give it to them almost every day.
That's fucking crazy.
So I guess that's because they're smart. They know that they don't want to fuck with that.
It's fucking crazy.
And then there's always one hyena that said in this in this episode of Planet Earth that stands guard outside to, like, if other hyenas try to come in that aren't a part of that one pride, then they chase them away.
They tell them,
Well, you know what else? There was one hyena, a male, that had his ear ripped off.
We saw that.
That's the sanctuary I was at. It's
Really?
Yeah.
We saw a video
It's
of
a
hyena.
famous thing, yeah. And so we were like, we need to save him. And Kevin, who runs the sanctuary, is like, if we take him out, they will do that to the next one.
Yeah,
like, that's always going to
haze each
happen.
other
That's
bad.
nature. Like, he's the lowest.
Right.
He will always be the lowest. If you put him in with other hyenas, he'll continue to be the lowest. Like,
Really?
That's just life with hyenas.
They haze the weak ones bad. Yeah,
fucking crazy. Yeah, they do sound, for all the good, they do kind of sound like scumbags.
I mean, they're always depicted as scum in movies and cartoons. The Lion
just
King.
in general. I mean, that was always my impression. It's like you always hear the word nasty in front of it. Fucking nasty hyena.
Well, they have that laugh.
Yeah, the
cackle.
cackle's the best. I mean, they thrive in chaos. They're an interesting animal to me because they're not related to any other animals. Their lineage is kind of a mystery.
They're more cat than they are dog.
Yeah, but they're neither, which is
Yeah.
wild. They're kind of like they're not particularly athletic. They just thrive in chaos and brutality because cats are fast or strong or something. Hyenas are just like they're pretty slow. They got strong jaws or whatever, but they need to use cunning and chaos to kind of survive, and they do it.
Yeah, because you mentioned like that they chased away cheetahs. Like I would think that the cheetahs would be tearing up hyenas.
Yeah, but they come like 15.
They come, there's so many of them.
And they,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like a big
and they
pack?
cackle. The cackle's going all over, and like there's dust flying. And the hyenas, they just get. It's fun to watch because they just get overwhelmed. Lions too. Lionesses, they steal them all the time, and lions hate them bad. I mean, lions want when lions will kill them just to make a statement, like I hate you, you piece of garbage, and they kill them. So that's why we're history hyenas. I've always been obsessed with hyenas, and hyenas attack and eat the bone and everything. That's what we do with history. We're not historians.
You're eating the bone?
Look at this.
We're
It's
history
a
hyenas.
baby hyena.
Wow, look at that.
On a leash.
And that's you. Wow, look at that.
That's,
Let me see.
Look how handsome.
Yeah.
Holy shit! That
name-
actually looks beautiful. That animal.
So his mom tried to kill him, so we took him.
Why does mom
mother
kill
tried
him?
to kill him?
They
They
do
just turn on the
Yeah, they
baby
just do that.
sometimes.
Wow.
For what, like, is there any?
But look how big his paws are. He's going to be huge.
Holy shit!
He's only 3 months old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fucking wild.
I'm trying to bring up your theme song if I have it on here.
Oh my
It's the
god.
greatest.
The hyena cackle.
Yeah.
Hyena.
Yeah.
Let's see if I have it on here. Yeah, here we go. So, so the instructions we gave to Richie was it has to be in the vein of freestyle. I think you guys didn't send anything. As soon as you said freestyle, I think I sent him a TKA song and I sent him like a Stevie B,
Yeah.
like as examples. And he, as a musician, he's like, "What the fuck you making me do?"
Yeah.
This for?" But he did it, and he added the sound of the hyenas in. Let's see. This might take a second to load, but.
I love it.
Yeah. This
I
is
love-
how each one of our podcast episodes starts and ends with hyena cackles.
So.
So great. I've never heard it before.
Great. It's so good. It's so fucking good.
I love it.
I love
You're
it.
the best.
Yeah, Laura, you should go on.
Yeah.
we're gonna have
expert.
you on for sure.
Well, we got to do because right now we've just been doing the first episodes. We've done like the Revolutionary War history, Battle of Crete, Civil War history, gangs
I
of
got
New
a
York.
couple of years till we get up
Yeah,
to
till I
speed.
get to that.
Yeah.
Yes, we got to do when we do. We got to do history of Africa.
Yeah. How do you know Lori? How do you guys know each other?
from Howard Stern back in the day. We used to do the round table all the time. Yeah, what was it? Gotta be like 15 years ago now almost, right?
No.
10?
Yeah.
Maybe 10. Yeah. Yeah, so Lori won, what was it, Hottest Fan?
Yeah.
Hottest Fan contest on Stern. And I don't know why we did a bunch of them together. And when you're doing those, and that's
When you know what magic is, when you
just
you
fucking
meet
know.
someone.
What were you doing on there?
you just know. So same. I wasn't Hottest Fan by any means, but I did it like 20 times because I had interviewed when he moved to Sirius to do the tapes. He had somebody to take all his tape archives and everything. That's a long story in itself, and I kept going back, and it was down to 2 people. And I didn't get it. They gave it to some guy who worked at VH1. Meanwhile, I was working at a print shop, so I didn't really have much credentials other than the fact that I had good ideas and I liked it. And Gary actually said, one thing that I noticed is that I should do the voice. So one thing I noticed, your history and you're pretty funny. So if you want to do the round table, maybe we could give you that. It was almost like a consolation because they felt bad.
Right.
I said, sure, I'll fucking do it. So I went on once. I wound up doing like 20 of them. I think almost 10 with Lori. And the reason this whole thing exists started with that because you could only talk about the topics of Stern, of course. That's the point of the show. But there are times where it started to drift into some weird shit and funny shit, and I like that, but they would shut it right down. Obviously, they want to keep you on topic for what that is. But I was like, man, that sucks, because I'd love to just bullshit, because that's the most fun part. And you guys know, just like anybody, when you have the headphones on, you hear your voice through it, kind of jazzes you up. You know, you get a little pumped up.
Yeah.
So I started this, and we called it the Glory Hole.
But no one was doing podcasts then.
Well,
really, it was so small.
I wouldn't say no one, but it was
you had
really
like Adam Carolla, but
right. And you would say it then. It's a joke. Like it's like they picture you just in your basement in your underwear, and we were close to that.
Right.
We did it in an office. Like I worked at a place where everybody left, and then I set everything up, so they didn't even know that I did it there. And it was just a conference room table, and I set up a bunch of microphones, and I connected my computer, and we recorded, and everybody left, and we had cool guests come up there, like Faison Love, and all these guys were coming up to a fucking print shop. And I would never say anything, and you'd see they walk in and be like, oh Jesus, like what am I walking into? Now it's a whole different story.
How many years ago was that at the office?
That's got to be 6 or 7. Yeah.
Wow.
6 or 7. But we called the show the Glory Hole, and the cover is a hole with a microphone coming through it with tape, like a bathroom wall. And I have like a fake bathroom wall that I made, and I painted it, and I put the toilet paper dispenser on it.
Yeah.
And just the fucking stupid name, which Franco came up with, is not on today, and the picture alone was getting a lot of attention.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, this is kind of weird. Like, this is... And I guess the show was at least good enough to back it up that people kept listening and it kept growing. We did some fucking wild shit and stunts. We don't do it as much now, and some of the fans are like, you got to do that stuff again. Like we had a guy jerk off in fucking Starbucks bathroom, and he was logging it into Foursquare, and it got picked up in media. Huffington Post wrote an article about it.
Wow.
And then it was in Wall Street Journal, and Starbucks closed the bathrooms in New York City as a result
and
of
now
it.
you need a fucking code.
What?
Yeah, that's because of him?
That's
That's because of him?
Well, it's because of Mr. Peepee, who was on our show. And
I know Mr. Peepee.
Yeah, he did all of that shit.
Yeah.
We did that. He fucked a fleshlight in here. We nared a guy's ass in the other. That happened in the office. I like over here, I respect it too much. But the company I worked at, we were doing fucking crazy shit.
Good.
But that's where it started, and that's where I met Lori. And then Lori didn't start doing this show until about like 30 episodes in. And I finally reached out to her and I said, would you want to do it? And now she's on pretty much every one.
Nice.
So it worked out good.
Yeah. When she's not saving hyenas.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
She's here.
And I get disappointed because she's like, I'm going to Africa. And I'm like, oh, great. Now I'm going to lose you for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But I want to do that. I want to do a safari. I don't know if I could do the volunteering thing because I say this all the time, but she told a story that one of the first things she had to do was dismember a horse to feed. Like, that's one of the first things they gave you to do.
I feel bad. I love horses. I even felt bad when you said that. That's brutal.
Yeah, but the horse died on its own. Nothing's killed to be lion food.
That's
yeah,
good.
like she didn't chase it down.
Yeah,
Take
no,
it
we
out.
get this, a vet will bring you a dead horse.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, because I
Do you,
love horses.
do you
I
feel
love
like because
horses.
you've dismembered a horse now, like you could dismember a human body?
Yeah.
Like you
'Cause
just won't be grossed out by
That's
it.
a great question.
I don't think I'd be grossed out by it, no.
Right.
Really?
I feel like I know how to do. And in
Do you want to
Africa,
make some money?
Yeah. Yes. In
Can
Africa,
you do culinary sections while you're at it?
Sure. Small intestine, large intestine. No, you in Africa we have no power tools, so you had to break a pelvis of a horse with just an axe. It's pretty intense.
That's fucking
yeah.
crazy. So
Old school.
So is it drained of the blood? Pretty
No,
much, it's not quartered
no,
or anything.
it's
So
full.
So
What the fuck?
I know.
Crazy.
Could you eat for like after that? Like, could you
I didn't
not?
eat meat for a bit.
Yeah, because it was just disgusting.
Yeah, like at least a day and a half when I got back. I couldn't do that.
until she found a place to cook the horses? You couldn't eat it.
The smell is intense.
So what about this? Is the part that always gets. If I'm gonna go fucking white people safari where you stay in a nice hotel and then they pull you. Conditions like horrible where you're staying, right?
It's not horrible, but it's like you do wake up with bat shit on your face.
Oh, it's not horrible.
There's not.
Just horrible. It's not horrible. It's terrible.
not-
It makes
Yeah.
you wonder what you've been through. That
It's
just ranks as
horrifying.
high.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that
Ticks,
alone
like
to me would
ticks
be
are
the
just-
worst thing ever happened.
Ticks are just normal. Like you just pick ticks out of your neck. But they don't have Lyme's disease.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes it so much better.
What
Yeah.
made you want to
Ugh.
go and do this stuff?
Because I'm a really good soul.
You love animals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
You can never get that level like of closeness with these animals unless you're volunteering like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
bathroom conditions.
Well, in Cambodia it was really bad.
What
There was not a real toilet.
bucket.
Just a hole.
Yeah, it's a bucket system.
It doesn't even sound like a system. It just sounds like a fucking bucket.
Yeah, that one was. The other ones had toilets.
So, but it's not like Is there plumbing? Like you would flush it and it would go down?
It went through like in Cambodia, it went through a filter, and then it fertilized the land.
Oh,
Okay.
smart.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but still being in it. So you had mentioned once that this is the part that was going to really make it hard for me to ever do this. Before you went to sleep, you had to brush all the bugs off the pillow and all.
They like the pillows for some reason. They like the pillowcases.
So you would brush all the bugs off. But,
Yeah, but it's mostly just moths.
all right.
Oh yeah. The
Yeah,
moths get
but
in
they
Still.
are really big there.
there. Yeah.
Still, I don't know if I could do that, man.
It's like that scene in Indiana Jones. You have to. He had to put his hand in that thing with the
Oh
bugs.
yeah. Would you guys ever do that? Like for his
No.
Hyenas?
It would be good for the show.
No.
No,
That'd be
I
good,
can't
yeah.
do it. I couldn't do it.
Spoiled New Yorker. Yeah. I can't.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, look, I think it's beautiful that people do that, and I like to watch it on TV. But like, I'll feel zero guilt about like you can never peer pressure me into doing that. You can't peer pressure me into going skydiving. You can't peer pressure me into like going deep sea diving. You'd be like, oh, you're a pussy, you only live once. It's like, yeah, I'm doing a lot of other things that are fun. I don't need to do that. Like, I'm just too scared to do it, and I'm too much of a pussy. And I care, but I just don't care. I mean, I guess if like my daughter, when she grows up, if she's like, Dad, like I want to go skydiving and you need to do it, then I'd fucking
Then
do it.
you do it.
But I also kind of feel like I need to now. My kid's so small. Like I need to like keep myself alive for at least like the next 16 years.
Well, that's true.
So it's like if I get killed, I get killed. If I die for something, let's say fine. But like I can't die skydiving.
Right.
I can't die in a fucking safari. I can't get eaten by.
I'll tell you one thing.
By a lion.
That would really.
When she's 18, I can. But
That would add to your legend, though. Like, if you get
Yeah.
eaten by a lion, dude, you're a fucking legend.
Oh, the
Yeah.
views of the show would go up so
Holy
much.
Oh, my
shit.
God,
Yeah.
forget about it.
and then you know what? You'd fucking have a funeral for me, whatever, and then you just replace
Yeah.
me.
And
Like,
how long before the fans start sending pictures of you in a lion's mouth? and
Yeah, all
everything?
that shit.
Who would you replace him with?
Would you go on 86th Street looking for someone?
Yeah, I was in Bay Ridge, right? Yeah. You're familiar with the neighborhood?
I know some of it.
Yeah.
Oh, you do live in Brooklyn?
No, I live here in Manhattan,
Oh, yeah.
but I've been there.
Yeah, a lot of shops.
My friend's
there.
dad owns Lenny's. You know the pizza place?
Yeah.
Lenny,
Yeah.
like
Saturday
it's
Night
also a clam bar
Fever.
and
Yeah.
that Lenny's?
Yeah.
No, it's still there. Yeah. No, Lenny. That's
It's not a clam bar.
No, that's Casa Calamari.
Lenny's Clam Bar's in Howard Beach.
That's right. It's on Cross Bay Boulevard.
yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably have to go to 86.
That's another Guido spot right there.
Howard Beach, baby.
Who would I replace you with?
Fucking.
Someone named Vinny.
You'd have to. Well, if you want to keep your show going, you better replace me with some diversity.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
better fucking be
Or
a
you
one.
could just bring in, the other two characters and just
That's
do
true.
the whole show.
Yeah.
Well, you know what it is. You know what? You know
Maurice.
one thing from really getting to know Giannis, though. I'll say this. Really, I really know Giannis well. We hang out every single day. He's got, it's Giannis. Then he's got his character Mauricio, who's a transgender from
That's
the
my
Lower East
favorite
Side,
one.
Yeah.
and then Mr. Panos. But what I know for certain, I could say this openly on this podcast, and it's backed up, is that this Giannis is a character, and the real person is Maurice. Maurice is who he truly is, and this is his best character, and this is who he chooses to be most of the time. But there's been multiple times where I've walked into Yannis's house unannounced, and he's Maurice.
Ass pussy and all.
Ass pussy, and that's who I know who he is, and his fiance knows it, and she's just kind of struggling with it and dealing with it.
I like how you said this is backed up. You're like, and I know this, and it's backed up.
He's walking up the steps to his place. He is, that's it.
And I live in Hell's Kitchen, and it's just like everyone sounds like her.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. A lot of people, especially if you're from a city, you've met somebody like her. Yeah.
No, but I live next to a drag bar.
So then, yeah, they're even more so. Yeah.
That exploded, dude. That really fucking
huge.
exploded. Did you even think, like, for a second it was gonna get that big when you did it?
Here's what I did know. I didn't know it was going to get that big, but I'd done a lot of characters before that. 2 of them did pretty well, but not like that, 100,000 views or whatever. But she was the first one I worked out on stage first.
Oh, really?
So I kind of built who she was on stage in my stand-up, and so I had a sense of how people responded to it. So I could tell it would crush when I would do it. I mean, it would just, the place would go nuts.
And you weren't doing this in costume at the time. You were just doing it as you.
Yeah, I would say because there actually was a transgendered woman who lived in my apartment building at that time. And so I just say, hey, there's this transgender person who lives in my building. And then I would get into the character and do it and sort of built the story who she was. I don't know where the story came from. It's just like the character kind of just took over and I just built who she was. And so when I filmed the videos, I had a clear idea of who she was, what her goals were, what the whole story was. And I guess that's why it came out so specific. She's not just like this generic. She's actually like a person who has, she wants to go to Westchester. This is what she wants her tits. She's self-conscious about her feet. She got a friend named Larice, and she lives with her mother and grandma. All that shit was worked out. So I had a sense how people reacted to it, and I had a sense of who she was. I had no idea it was going to hit like that. No.
Yeah, it's crazy. And you know what? If anything's a testament to how much you pulled it off, I was fully familiar with all of it and fully familiar with you being a guest on Bobby's show. But it wasn't until you kind of outed that on the show. Yeah. I didn't put 2 and 2 together. I never even put it together. And I was like, Yannis get the fuck out of here.
It's happened more times than I can count, especially because of Mr. Panos and her. So I've had multiple, it's happened so many times where someone messaged me who was following him because I created him earlier and then started following her and had no idea that they were the same person at all. And sometimes didn't even know that they weren't real people. They were like, they thought they were real people and then found out that like they were the same and they were just like, what the fuck? Because the characters are so different, you know?
I know they are. Well, I guess for New Yorkers, I could see Maurice walking down the street in the Village easily.
For sure.
Oh, I know her.
Easily, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
For sure.
Now, would the Bay Ridge Boys bang Maurice? Would she be in the...
No.
I probably would.
Yeah,
my character would.
Yeah.
My character. I'd at least have, I'd probably at least have phone sex with Maurice. Yeah.
Look at this. The microphone breaks mid-show. I'm going to blame you on this, Chris, because you sit by.
Put it back in.
There you go.
Yeah.
You might, yeah.
Bay Ridge boy. That's my kid's half Puerto Rican, so.
Yeah.
There you go. How come you sit on the couch during the taping?
Of what?
During the History of Hyenas.
I sit right where Lawrence
So you sit where Laurie sits.
And I sit there.
You're always here?
Yeah, that's what you fucking Yannis wanted. He said he didn't want to sit in that chair.
I don't like
I wanted him to, but
I feel too powerful and imperial there.
Well, trust me, you don't. There's no power.
Yeah, I know, but I feel it start to come on. Like,
yeah, he would probably. Yeah, you actually, that's a good point. I can't let you.
You can't.
He goes on rants and he starts to really let shit spew. He's a spewer.
Yeah,
that's how it
spewer. Yeah.
So he would spew, and that I'm not a spewer. I have kindness. He's got a mean streak.
Yeah,
really?
I got to control my ego. Yeah, so it's better in that chair than in that. The Darth Vader chair. Yeah.
Yeah, my ego's checked over there. I'm good.
Really?
Yeah, I just fucking, I don't know why.
I did it once and I felt more comfortable over there. So it just, we just kind of go that way.
It's a nice chair.
Yeah, it's a nice
good chair.
Feels good.
Now you guys do other podcasts too, right? Both of you do, right?
I do two with the characters. I do. Maurice has the Rigorous podcast, and Mr. Panos has his own podcast, Stay Greek.
That's a lot of stuff to come up with all the time. Is it
Wild.
weekly for Maurice and Panos?
Yeah,
too?
I was actually talking about that with Chris, especially now that we got History Hyenas and Bay Ridge Boys and stand up. But yeah, on the days that I do those character podcasts, it's like sometimes I do him, then I do her, and I have to prepare like two completely separate outlines for both, and like
always an outline, or do you ever just hit the button and wing it?
I wing it, but I wing
like
it.
I just did today.
Yeah, it's never completely, especially with him. I can wing it more with her, but Angelo, my partner in that, kind of always sends me like an outline of stuff he wants to talk about. But I cannot wing it with him, or else he's just not as lovable as a character.
Right,
And he can't
true.
and plus I do it just alone with him. There's no one to play off of, so I got to have something at least.
Are there ever times where you mix them up? Like you have the Maurice wig on, but you're talking like Panos?
Well,
Or just for yourself.
Yeah.
when we used to do the shows, I did those live shows for a while. I would do him, I'd do her, and then I'd do me as stand-up. And we do, like, sometimes it'd be like 3 shows on like a Saturday. And there was, I think, more than twice where because I change into both the outfits. And I just got confused. It's like the second or third show, and I'm like, I got her wig on. I left his mustache on. One time at Bananas, I went out as her with his mustache on, and we just dealt with it. And everyone was kind of looking strange, but
It's hilarious.
I could imagine one of the probably most interesting moments is when you're fully dressed up as her, and they're like, "You got 5 minutes." Like, "All right, man, thanks." Just like put you all dressed up as her. It's like, yeah, just talking normal on the cell phone before you go out.
yeah, it's just so it got a little confusing. Yeah.
There's times where I sit like with him and like I laugh a lot because like he owns his own place, he's got, does whatever he wants. It's like, it's so funny to me. I'm like, dude, like, do you realize like what a fucking life you have? Like you can just dress up as this woman or dress up as Panos or be honest. And like you make like your whole living off this is just you have fun all day. We have fun all day.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's like a crazy life. I'm like, every day we just have fun. Like me and him, we walk around Bay Ridge. We're like, when is this going to end? Is this going to end someday? Or can we just walk around and just fucking with cappuccinos and just talk shit? I'm like pushing my daughter around. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning. We're going nuts, acting like assholes, and getting paid for it. It's nuts.
How far is that from a regular Bay Ridge Boys episode? Probably not much different.
That's how they were born.
That's how they were born. Yeah, we were. Where were we? At Panatico on.
No, it wasn't at Panatico.
Wasn't it Panatico?
I remember the moment. No, we were.
I remember the moment.
Yeah, because we were sailing a lot. The Brooklyn Ferry came back.
Yeah.
So me and Chris, we would set
would hit
sail.
the seas.
We would hit the
Did you
seas.
just shout out the Brooklyn Ferry?
Bay Ridge Ferry. Bay Ridge Ferry.
Yeah.
Goes from
Best.
Bay Ridge to fucking Wall Street.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we would sail. We'd go look at history
They
stuff.
call it sailing.
Yeah,
We would sail. We would get texts or
sail.
calls. We'd be like, "Cuz, you want to sail today? Cuz, you was it?"
Yeah, we sail.
It's $275. Is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But like, "Cuz, it's a beautiful day. We got to hit the seas."
So wait, you just would go, just take the ferry without point at the other end of the fucking destination?
Yeah, well, it just goes from Bay Ridge to downtown. So we'd be like,
like-
"Yo,
it's
we're
a
fucking
regatta.
sailing." Yeah, I would say, we got to navigate. I would say, get on my starboard sign.
Yeah, we would sail. We'd go to Red Hook. We'd go to downtown Manhattan. We were sailing almost every day.
Yeah.
We were setting sail.
Sail. We'd go to museums. We'd sail right into museums. Yo, my friends for sure think I'm gay. Like, you
Yeah,
can't
why-
tell
is
them
that-
I'm not gay.
Is
They're
that
like,
why you're king gay?
Yeah, king gay.
King gay.
They're like, all you do is go on tours and sail with Yannis. They're like, you're a homosexual. I'm like, no, I'm not. I just want to learn shit. They're like, that's the
Yeah, and
definition
it
of being
happens to
gay.
be with a guy
even
that dresses
Chris-
up as a woman.
Even
though.
Chris's story starts out with, "Yeah, we were drinking cappuccinos."
Yeah, you're like, Yannis, like I had
We
the
were
moment.
sharing
You're
a
like,
salad.
he was sucking my dick, and I just. But what was the moment?
We were down by the water, and you go
on Brooklyn or Manhattan?
No, on the Brooklyn side in Bay
Yeah.
Ridge, and you go. You just said it like a flippant comment, like because we laugh a lot, we hang out, we're good friends, and we were having a good time, and we have similar interests. Like we just like have similar personalities, and we love history, we love learning stuff, and so we were just hanging out. And he just said it. He was like, "We should do a show like this. We should do this." And like it hit me when he said it. I was like, we should. We fucking should.
Yeah.
And so we wrote the first one. We sat down, wrote the first one, and we just shot it. And then
So you guys wrote it together, you just sat down and wrote.
yeah,
I mean,
we write everything
you
together.
probably just fucking riff and just record it and then pick out the highlights.
Pretty
Yeah,
much,
'cause,
yeah. So we walk around, we have an idea, we're like, yeah, let's just make that an episode. And then so it's pretty similar. It's pretty much the same. The characters are really close to us. They're as close to us without being us as you can get.
Yeah.
You know,
I can
pretty
see
much,
that.
Yeah.
And because like I've seen the ball slap, I've seen it many a time. Like I've done
Yeah.
it. It's happened to me.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if that's a Brooklyn Queens thing, but that's
Totally.
Ball taps?
Yeah, it's kind of.
I don't know if that really happens
It's like a
in
dude
Maine.
thing. Yeah,
It's like a dude. It's like a Catholic school dude thing. It's
Yeah.
like you were only like known to your friends as not being gay if they tap your balls or you tap their balls. But if you said no, you can't tap my balls, but you're gay. It's like what?
Yeah, but why are you king gay? Like you're the king.
I don't know
Because
why.
he's fucking wild.
I just say shit.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times we're on the podcast or like we're talking. I say something that I really shouldn't say,
Yeah.
and Yannis is just looking at me like, "What the fuck are you doing?" But I just have no regrets. Like Yannis thinks I have a problem, and I have like like one of my lobes is messed up because I just don't care. Like I care, like I respect you, but and I care about your time, but like I'll do something ridiculous, and I just don't care because I'm like I don't know. I just don't want to live my life like caring so much about if I fucked up or not.
That's actually where the hyenas came from. I mean, I've always loved them because I thought they were wild, but I play a fun game where I try to figure out like which animal my friend reminds me of. It's like this guy's more of a giraffe, and I was like trying to think of who he was because he's so fucking carefree and wild.
Yeah.
I was like, you're a hyena.
He's
The best. He just is He's just lawless.
Yeah.
He'll do it all.
You spend an hour with me. What kind of animal am I?
You?
Yeah.
Anteater because of the nose.
No. What
It's
kind
more
of
about personality. Yeah.
Yeah, what kind of animal? You're fun. You're a friendly guy.
Yeah.
You hold. What animal holds their shit in? Is there an animal that
A
just
sloth. A sloth
I think
only
it's a homeless
shits once
person.
a week.
sloth?
I was actually thinking sloth.
Sloth.
But I'm too
Yeah, you're a
amped. Too amped to be
for
a
that.
sloth.
That's
Yeah.
why it's a fun game because it's not easy.
I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Giannis
She's
is an
calm.
owl.
I'm an owl.
You look
yeah.
like because you just look like a fucking owl.
or like a bird or something.
Yeah, you got bird face.
Yeah.
I can
She's
see-
calm.
She
She's
would
more
be a
like
giraffe. She could be a giraffe. No?
giraffe or like a gazelle.
Yeah.
Gazelle.
She get eaten up bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By predators.
Fried hyena, no
I'd be
less.
Yeah.
Dead in a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got calm energy, so whatever animal would become, it would take a little while. It's not easy. You gotta.
Yeah.
When it hit me about the hyena, it took a little while. I had to figure it
Spotted
out.
hyena.
Yeah, he's
Spotted
a fucking
hyena.
spotted
Dirt
wild
bag.
hyena. Yeah.
Like bathing.
He's also a
Shit
true
water.
gay, so he's a matriarch.
Yeah.
He runs.
Pseudo penis.
Yeah.
Did you give birth through it?
I give birth to my pseudo penis. Yeah, that's what it is. It's fucking it's a wart.
Does it really come out
Do
of
you know
the
the
penis?
females
Yes.
also have fake testicles?
What?
Yeah.
So how are they female then? I just don't
It doesn't
understand.
serve any. They don't do anything.
sounds
Because they give
They're
birth.
just
Is that
there.
why they're female?
I'm
Is that-
telling you, they're truly probably the most freaking wild animal on the planet.
Well, you believe there can't be a god and hyenas. It's one or the
you
other.
just can't. You got to choose one or the other.
Wait, fake? They have fake testicles?
Yeah.
So I mean, that must have developed through evolution over time. There must have been a reason why they needed fake testicles.
Nobody's been able to figure it out.
I don't know. Rob.
I mean,
That's a tall order.
you ask it.
They're small.
Yeah, the pseudo penis thing. They don't. There's no explanation for it.
No.
It's like that's just what hyenas are, and it's just that's what makes them so
So
wild.
the females have a fake penis and testicles.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's crazy.
But they're 100% female.
yeah.
Interesting.
It sounds
Well, why
like
are they
Marisa
female
is a
though?
hyena.
Because they give birth.
They give birth.
Is that the
Yeah,
only
they
thing
have
that makes
female
a female?
genes.
They have womb.
No,
they have
they
a
have-
womb. They have yeah. They're females. They're female hyenas. They just have the pseudo penis. That's just there.
It's just for show.
It's inoperable. Yeah.
It looks exactly like the male penis, but
I don't know if it looks exactly like it, but I mean, it's a phallus.
But it doesn't get hard though. It
Doesn't-
just flops
no, it just
around.
but
flops.
that's where the baby comes out of. though.
Yes.
The baby. So that's purpose. It's got that because
that I learned today. I didn't realize
Yeah, it
that.
does
So
come
may-
out of there, but
so
the
maybe
whole
it's-
rest of it has no purpose.
So maybe it's not a penis. Maybe it's just a pouch.
No, it looks like a penis.
Yeah.
So weird.
You never seen it?
No,
Rob.
No,
It's on my Instagram.
Show them your
Has to happen,
homepage.
right?
Yeah, it's right on my.
It's on your homepage.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's what I jerk off
Giannis
to.
is porn. Yeah.
Look at that.
Giannis
thing.
jerks off to that in C-SPAN.
That,
wow, look
that's
at
a
that.
female.
That
That's
is
a
so
female.
weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it is odd how quickly you pull that out.
yeah. What's on my gram? Because I put it up for International Women's Day.
Oh, that's nice.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
Just to celebrate. That's
Nice.
good. Sharing.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So they're wild animal.
Well, I can't thank you guys enough for hanging out with me for a little while. I
Thank
want
you.
to urge everyone to check out History Hyenas. Excuse me, Chris. I don't want no disrespect.
Put the extra H in there.
No disrespect. On Riotcast. And most importantly, if you go to the Patreon, you get it a week earlier. You also get other stuff, the Bay Ridge Boys, all of their videos too.
Yeah, behind the scenes videos of making of our history podcast.
I don't even have a code for this. I got to pay for it myself.
Yeah.
What?
I'm doing.
Yo, cuz we got you, cuz.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look, I don't mind contributing to the Bay Ridge Boys. I feel
No, your money's no good here.
I feel like it's an important part of society. It's necessary.
The episodes are actually available for free on the Bay Ridge Boys, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, whatever. You can find them if you just Google it. But yeah, all the behind the scenes stuff and our bonus podcast that we do, History Hyenas, is on patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys.
But the episodes in full are available free on iTunes as well, the podcast apps.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is the first. I think this one coming out is the first one with a full episode.
Full episodes
last
free.
week, actually.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're going to just give them for free.
Which is cool. You know what? It's going to bring a lot of attention to it.
Learning.
I see this whole thing. I see Bay Ridge Boys, more live shows. I see you guys
We're gonna do it.
taking
History
over.
classes.
Redo it.
Yo, that'd be
That would be
sick.
great if
right?
they could go to high school.
You could actually teach that would be fucking great. Have an actual, because a great idea. Have
my
a
God.
class. Have it set up as a classroom. Do it in a fucking classroom.
Have kids ask us questions we don't know the answers.
Oh
We're
my
just like,
God.
Yo, shut your mouth.
Just make it up. Don't worry about it. Don't
Don't
Ask
worry
your
about
mother.
it.
Ask
Why are
your
you
mother.
asking so many questions?
Yeah, why don't you Google it, fuckface?
Ask your mother. You got a phone.
Yeah.
Do it. But thank you guys, and I want everyone to check out once again History Hyenas on Riotcast, as well as all the great shows on the Riotcast Network. I also want to thank you guys very much, because we were away for a couple of months because of my colon, and I always get concerned when we're off for a long time that anybody's going to give a shit. But we're almost at like 18,000 downloads now on the first episode back, and that's a big fucking deal. So thank you everybody for supporting us and coming back. So we're going to keep doing until another part of my body
Until we need
fucking
to
fails.
take out another 7 inches.
Yeah, I know. Well, there's only so much left you can take out. So
Does it grow back?
with the colon? No, it doesn't grow. I'm not Rodan. Like this fucking body parts don't grow back. It's gone.
A rhino's horn will grow back when they shave it down.
I'm not a rhino. I'm lucky I held on to what I
Maybe he is a rhino.
Maybe
that's the animal.
maybe.
Rhino. That actually makes a lot of sense.
What's the personality of a rhino?
He kind of chills, but he's also got a little energy. You know?
Yeah.
Is he horny a lot?
He's horny a lot. Yeah.
There you
Why
go.
not?
Right.
I can't see well. Can you see?
What? I can. Like, no, you know what? Maybe not so good.
Yeah,
I like
think
that you know
I
that.
think he named the animal.
He's a rhino.
Are you
Yeah.
guys gonna have Lori on as an expert?
Yes, we'll have Lori on as
Yes.
an
It'll probably
expert.
be like a year and a half though till we
For
get up to current times.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We got a lot of history to go till we get there. Yeah.
Oh, you're doing it chronologically?
No, no.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
we just do
no.
it randomly.
We're history
We'll finagle
hyenas.
away in.
There's no order. It's just fucking wild. It's chaos.
Sooner or later, you got to do Hitler at some point. Any history channel has Hitler on
Yeah.
24/7.
Yeah,
so
well,
you
we
gotta-
talked about him a little bit in
Battle of Crete.
Battle of Crete, but yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, again, guys, go out, check out the show, and thank you for listening to the whole. I'm Rob Sprance.
Yannis Pappas, all one word, Twitter, whatever.
Yeah,
Lori Levine.
Chris Distefano at Christie Comedy.
at Christie Comedy. Yeah, actually, that's another thing too to promote your dates. Do you have a website?
Oh.
Yeah, ChrisDcomedy.com. I'll be at Mohegan Sun,
nice.
Foxwoods Mohegan Sun, March 23rd to 25th, and then 29 to 31 at Hilarities in Cleveland.
What about you, Jan?
I will be at Governor's in Long Island, Levittown.
Oh, it's right by me.
Yeah, the end of the month.
come.
If you want free tickets, I'll give them for you.
I'll come
See?
down. I'll pay again. I don't mind paying.
Your
again.
money's no fucking good here. Then I'll be in Syracuse and oh yeah.
That's gonna be a sold out
That
show.
should be your set. Just come out and go, oh.
Even they know it.
Syracuse is brutal, but it's a fun town, good comedy town. All right, and a couple other dates. Go to yannispappas.net.
Awesome. Thank you again, and later, motherfuckers.